Hey, what's up, everybody? This brother man has returned, and I'm here to tell you the story of John Doe. I'm here to tell you an interesting story that can happen to anybody, it has happened to anybody, but how John Doe could use the My Credit system to overcome the challenges he faced. Let's take a look at what we're talking about here. And here you're looking at a picture of something that can happen to anybody. Anybody. How many people have been in a car accident? People get in an accident all the time, but here, my man John Doe, I want you to imagine you put yourself into his shoes. My man John Doe, he's in a car accident, and because of this car accident, not only did he lose his car, but he was unable to get to work for an extended amount of time, 2, 3, 6 months. Imagine not being able to work because of injuries sustained during the accident. Once you put yourself in John Doe's shoes, you're out of work because of this accident, broken leg, injured back, whatever the case may be. You can't work. And when you can't work, you can't eat. When you can't work, you don't have the income coming in. And as a result, bills don't get paid. Heck, poor John Doe even had his wife leave him. How many times have you heard that? Poor John Doe had his wife leave him. He had to go find him another job, got let go. And because of the injury sustained in this accident, he ends up in the hospital for a long stint. Got to go through multiple surgeries, rehab. Poor John Doe is just going through it. Why am I telling you this story? Because I show people how to fix their credit using this online system, and people tell me, why don't they just pay the bill? Why don't people just pay the bill? You won't have to worry about fixing your credit, which is true. But what these people don't realize is that life happens, like it's happening for John Doe. This is a scenario that ain't far-fetched. It happens all the time. And you have to have a way to come back from it. And I'm showing, me and many other people are showing folks a way that they can overcome some of life's challenges a lot quicker than they normally would have to, because they have been empowered, they've been educated on their consumer rights, and they have learned some things that will help them out tremendously, how to completely rebuild their finances much sooner than 7 to 10 years. And poor John Doe, he's gonna need it, because he ain't working, and he's got medical bills coming out of his behind, and as a result, he has to file for bankruptcy. A lot of his medical collections, all of his medical bills are gone into collections. He is in a hard way. What is John going to do? Well, he talks to me and gets with my DIY program and learns how to fix his credit. Let's find the right picture here. He learns how to fix his own credit, taking his online training. And I'm going to show you this system here, and I'm going to show you how some of the steps that John's going to take to fix his credit. So he plugs in, and he's able to get things cleaned up off his credit report much sooner, even within a few months than he would normally have. As a matter of fact, let me show you some of what can be accomplished through this My Credit system. Let me go to my Instagram page here. And we're going to look at some of the results people have gotten from using this system. Let me share this so you can see it. There we go. Let's go ahead and share this here. This is some of the results that our clients have had. Here's an example of medical collections removed off the report. Medical collections and other items removed from our client's credit report. So this could be done. This has been done. It continues to be done, and it can be done for those who are willing to listen and apply what is learned. If you can follow directions, you can get results. Let's check some of these other results here. We have an example of someone that got student loans removed, collections removed. Remember old Jon Doe, he's got a bunch of collections, right? $35,000 worth of debt removed and a repossession. Here we got somebody with more collections removed from their credit report. These are all results that our clients have had. We've got my buddy Tracy.
I've been able to increase my cash flow by $200 every month on my current job, and by utilizing the My Credit system, I've been able to remove 2 student loans and increase my credit score over 200 points. I started at a 498 and I'm sitting at a 698 right now. And
we got Latoya here. Started in the 400s. Now she's at 755, buying a new car. We got someone that has another account removed. We got someone here with more portfolio code. That's a collections account with student loans removed from the credit report. $7,000 worth of debt removed from Joseph Biscano. I personally use this system to improve my score 200 points. But y'all didn't come here to listen to me talk about myself. Old personal data, we'll talk about that, removed from the credit report. There's one of my collections I got removed from my credit report. So you see, this system works if you really put in the effort, and I'm going to show you the steps on how we get some of these things done. Results as of last year.
My name is George Jackson.
And we got another person that's got, I believe these are student loans removed from the credit report. This one was more student loans. Other collections, I believe these are some more medical collections. Clients. This is just a half. We got $19,000 worth of student loans from Anna. She had removed. Person fixed their credit and was able to buy a car. Kevin had student loan debt removed from his report. Student loans removed. Century Credit. This is a credit collection account. Another collection account from Brian that had removed. Other collections accounts here on old addresses.
I was able to remove 67,000 in student loans, 100,000 in medical collections, and 31 other negative items from my personal credit report just in 4 months. You know. So we got all sorts of people that got results. I go on and on about these results. So I've got a bunch on my Facebook and my YouTube. So this system works if you're willing to put in the work. But now, what type of work is involved in this system? So let me pull up. Let me show you what this system looks like. All right, so let me pull up this system. We'll go through some of the steps that are involved in fixing your credit. There we go. So right here is the My Credit system. This is what it looks like. This is what you get access to. And it's a 6-step program, 6-step program.
let's go through the 6 steps. So let me show you what this is all about here. First step is pulling your credit report. Now, the way this system is set up is you get 6 modules with video training. And in those modules, not only do you have the video training, but you've got other resources, whether it's a website or online forms, the 609 letters to use in sending credit disputes or to correct personal information. You get the different forms for different occasions that you would use. It's all included in this system in these 6 modules here. These 6 modules include teaching you how to pull your credit reports, how to freeze secondary bureaus. What are those? Have you ever heard of secondary consumer bureaus? Check for errors. Start the dispute process. Credit utilization and building better credit. We'll probably talk about this, at least the top 4 tonight. So now what is Jon Doe going to do? He's going to go to step 1. This is where everybody starts with the My Credit system. Now, let's see what's on Jon Doe's credit report. Remember, I said he filed bankruptcy and he had medical collection. So let's look at his credit report now. This video module will teach you where to go to download your credit report. It's going to have links to annualcreditreport.com, which is the free resource for anyone to get their credit reports for free once a year, right now, once a week still, from all 3 bureaus. And then, of course, you have another resource called My FICO, which gives you your report and your score at a pretty good charge. I mean, a good price. So let's go look at Jon Doe's credit report. Let's look up Jon Doe's credit report. I thought he was going to ask me to. Here's his credit report. All right. So this is a sample credit report. This is what to give you an idea what a credit report looks like if you've never seen one on paper. And what you want to do is you want to download one of these, not just rely on an app like Experian or Credit Karma. You want to download one of these so it gives you all the data, all the information that's on your credit report so you can review it. This is going to give you all the details. And there's some major parts of the credit report that we want to pay attention to. Let's go through here. First, you got the personal consumer information on the credit report. Which report is this? Doesn't say, but you can get the 3 major bureaus. They're going to give you reports. So it looks something similar to this. Maybe in a different order, maybe a different design, but it will be very similar to this. And some of the major portions are, if you're looking here, you're going to have personal consumer information, right? Then you're going to have a section for adverse or derogatory items. Then you're going to have a section for positive or satisfactory accounts. Then you're going to have a section for inquiries once we get to that, both hard and soft. Soft inquiries we really don't care about. Hard, we'll pay attention to. Usually hard inquiries we dispute last, but I'll show you what letter we use to do that. All right. Now this sample credit report's got some interesting notes on it, so we'll look at those as well. All right, so let's break down this credit report here. Jon Doe. Now he's got his social there, his date of birth. Let's see, 88, so that makes him 98, 08, 18. So he's 36 years old, right? Now notice how he's got different names. We're going to take note of of some things. He's got his name spelled 2 different ways, so we want to note that. He's got 2 phone numbers on his account. He's got 3 addresses on his credit report. So we're going to note his newest address. We'll talk about why in a minute. Employment. He's only had 1 job, Dairyland Company. I guess he drives for them. And then he's got now let's take a look at his adverse effects. We're getting to his adverse or public records. Some credit reports will have public records section. Usually they put that in if it's a public record like a repo or eviction or bankruptcy. They'll just put it in the adverse or the derogatory items. So he's got a public record, bankruptcy here. That's a Chapter 7. Now, Chapter 7 normally stays on your credit report 7 to 10 years. Chapter 7 is 10 years. Chapter 10 is 7 years. It will stay on your credit report. Now, of course, we're going to show you a system that will help you to dispute that bankruptcy, and maybe it could help you possibly get that removed this year instead of 7 years. Now, let's look at his other adverse accounts. He's got the American Hospital collection. So he's got a medical collection, an urgent care collection, an All-American quick cash loan. So he had to borrow, and I guess when he went into bankruptcy, they took it off. So it was included in his bankruptcy. So when he filed at bankruptcy, I guess he had to make those payment arrangements. The judge decided what payment arrangements he was going to make to pay the people back. And this is included, or Chapter 7. See, I forgot which one mixed up. 10 years since all the debt. So he's a Chapter 7. All the debt is discharged, so you don't have to pay him back, really. Because it gives a definition of Chapter 7 and Chapter 10. Chapter 7 is all discharged. That's why they have it hurt your score for 10 years. And Chapter 10 is Chapter 10. I thought it was Chapter 13. But anyway, I'm not going to get hung up on that. So anyway, all his debt discharged in this one. Right? But it's still on his credit report, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to recover a lot sooner. All right. Now, even his satisfactory accounts, you want to pay attention, see what sort of balance is being reported, and make sure that's accurate. This example, we're just going to assume everything is accurate on this. Even though he's got a pretty high credit utilization of 38%, you want to get that under 30%, really under 10% if possible. He's got some student loans accounts. I didn't notice that. Now, student loans, so we'll take note of that as well. You saw people in my results, people had student loan accounts removed from the credit report. Now, why would you want to remove a student loan account from your credit report? Obviously, if it's a delinquent or it's in collections, you want to remove it or try to get it removed, obviously, because it's hurting your score. But sometimes, even if it's satisfactory and they need to buy a car or a house, and they go to apply for something, they see this student loan here, they say, no, your debt to income ratio is off, no approval. So some people, like Bonnie, she was able to get that student loan removed so that she could make moves and make the moves that she needed to make to move into a house. So let's take note of these things here. So we've got the credit report downloaded. Now, what is the next step? We got the credit report. What is our next step? So they used to have a button that allowed me to automatically switch. There we go. So we got our credit reports pulled. Let's look at step number 2. Step number 2 is freeze secondary bureaus. What is this about? There's up to 50 consumer reporting agencies. A lot of people don't know this, that report public records. They report student loan balances, credit card balances, payday loan balances, different things. They report them to the credit bureaus. The bureaus, they don't do all the work themselves. They rely on these smaller companies to gather data about consumers. And there's over 50 of them in the United States. Over 50. A lot of people don't know that a lot of their data is being shared with the bureaus. Now, the 4 biggest of these, a lot of times you can help your situation by dealing with these 4 big ones. They are Advanced Resolution Services, Innovus, LexisNexis, and SageStream. The LexisNexis, some of these actually own some of these smaller companies. So when you freeze these 4, a lot of times you will do a security freeze on the one that you impacts your score. If not, you can pull down this list of consumer agencies and you can actually download credit reports from these agencies, see what's on there, and then you can do a security freeze with this agency. And the reason, why would you want to do a security freeze? Why are people want to take the time to do this? Well, you don't want these smaller companies reporting to the credit bureaus if you're trying to fix your credit. See, when you're trying to fix your credit and you're going to file a credit dispute, you want to make it difficult to the credit bureau, for the credit bureaus to prove an item is yours or to verify an item. You see how the law works, the Fair Credit Reporting Act works, is that you have the right to dispute any item in your credit report. And the bureaus have to prove that item is yours when you dispute it. If they don't do so within the strict time frames that the law has, and items get removed. Also, if an item is inaccurate, it gets removed, and if it's out of date, it gets removed. So, for example, that bankruptcy, if the credit report said 2023, so that's 11 years. After 11 years, that bankruptcy is on your credit report, and you dispute it, you got a very good chance of getting it off. I'm going to show you how to do it within a year, with the steps to take to do it within a year. But if the item was out of date and it's on your credit report and you dispute it, it's got a good shot. It's going to come off. It's going to come off because it's out of date and it shouldn't be on there. So unverified, out of date, and inaccuracies get removed from your credit report according to the law. So when you freeze these secondary bureaus, it makes it harder for the big 3 credit bureaus to verify information. You want to use every strategy in your favor if you're trying to overcome a bad situation quick, fast, in a hurry. So this is what Jon Doe is going to do. He's going to go to these, hit request a security freeze, and it's a pretty quick process to do. Do so in a few minutes. He's going to look through that list of other credit reporting agencies, see, because he's got a bankruptcy, he's got medical collections, he's got student loans, he's got other collections. So he's going to see if any of those companies deal with his situation, and he's going to do the same thing, request a security freeze, pull that credit report. Step number 2. So now step number 3, check for errors. Now let's look at some common reporting errors here. Share this tab. So let's look at some common credit report errors that Jon Doe is going to pay attention to. Errors made to your identity information: wrong name, phone number, address, birth date. Accounts belonging to another person, same as or similar to yours. Incorrect birth or social. Incorrect accounts from identity theft. Oftentimes in credit bureaus have multiple spellings of your name and nicknames listed on your credit report. You should only have one dispute identity errors with our step 4. So I'll show you that letter here in just a minute. Your credit report may also contain several listings of addresses you have lived at in the past, as well as previous employers. Use the verbiage in the dispute letter, identity dispute letter, to address that. Incorrect reporting of account. Closed accounts reported as open. These are some other things you want to note. Your report as the owner of account that you're just an authorized user. Excuse me. Accounts that are incorrectly reported as late or delinquent. Incorrect dates of last payment. And the same debt listed multiple times. These errors happen all the time. And I can almost guarantee you they're on your credit report as well. Right now. So let's look at Jon Doe's credit report. All right, so let's look at what he's got. All right, so your credit report looks something like this. Social, date of birth. So he's only got one social, one date of birth listed on there. All right. Now let's look at his names. He's got Jon Doe and John Q. Doe. See, you should only have one name on your credit report and one spelling of that name. So we're going to go with the top one. We'll just assume that the top one is correct, Jon Doe. Q and John Q. Doe could be him. It could be another person. Jon Doe is not a unique name. It's a very common name. There's a lot of Does out there in the neighborhood. No, so think of how many people named John and Doe. I mean, that's almost like an anonymous name. So Jon Doe is another person. Same thing with these addresses. These might be addresses he lived at. Wisconsin. So he might have lived at Miller Street in Wisconsin and moved to Oak Street. Jon Doe did. But what about this Minnesota? He never lived in Minnesota, so we're gonna note that, right? His employment records, he ain't got much employment. So, and anything else, we said all that information. So we're gonna note that. So those are some of we looked at Jon Doe's errors. He's got the incorrect name for John Q, the incorrect address, small townville, Minnesota, that's incorrect. So we're gonna note that. Let's go to back to the My Credit system here. And we are going to go to create a dispute letter. Step number 4. All right, so what you're looking at is a feature that's unique to the My Credit system. This will help you to write a dispute letter quickly because it's a service that you basically select which letter that you want and you input the information. So here we go. We're going to do an identity dispute letter. We're going to do Jon Doe. And what was his address? Let's see. Let's go back and look. Oh yeah, 123 Oak Street, Anytown, Wisconsin. One, 2, 3 Oak Street. Anytown, Wisconsin. His phone number was a bunch of 5, I believe. There you go. I think that's 10 numbers. Boom. Yep. What was his date of birth? Date of birth was 1/1988. Okay. And his social, you remember, social was probably a bunch of fives. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, all right, so that was his social there. All right, and let's just say it's Equifax. So we're disputing incorrect name and incorrect address. This is how this create a dispute letter is. So we got Jon Doe 1, 2, 3. That's his proper information right here. We're going to dispute incorrect address and incorrect name. Now check this out what this thing does. We're going to hit download letter. And we're going to usually I check spot for a notary. We're going to do download letter. Now check this out. This is the letter, identity dispute letter Jon Doe would use. He would send it, he would get it notarized and sent to the credit bureaus. The, what did I say? Equifax. He's going to send it to Equifax to the address listed there. Now, he's going to send it certified mail. Why is he going to do that? Well, when you send an identity dispute letter, you have the bureaus have 30 days to respond to what they find. So that's 30 days from when they receive this letter. So you want to be able to keep up with when they received it so that you can do your own countdown. And if they go above that, basically you win. And whatever you disputed gets removed. Okay? So this is the letter that you would send as an identity dispute letter. It's to address inaccuracies in your personal information. All right. Let's go back to create a dispute letter. So we're going to share this tab here. No, for that, let's go back to the credit report. Where did the thing go? What happened? Let's try this again. Here we go. Let's go back to the credit report. Now here's the credit report. We've cleaned up the personal information off of Jon Doe's report. Now we got to dispute negative items. So what negative items do you remember us having? The bankruptcy, the medical collections. It's 1, 2 collections. And then we've got this quick cash loan. Now this quick cash, even though it's all these collections are in bankruptcy. No, he paid one collection. He paid one collection. So this shouldn't even be on his report anyway. When did he pay? Date update. Okay, so it's beyond a year. So did you know this about medical collections? They've changed some of the policy. The bureaus did. So if you get a medical collection, you pay it within a year, the bureaus won't put it on your credit report. They'll take it off if it's on there. If it's below $500, same thing, and you pay it off in a year. Now, over a year, it'll end up on your credit report. So, Jon Doe paid this medical collection, right? But paid collections hurts you the same as an unpaid. So, we want to dispute that as well. So, he's had 2 medical collections on his account. He's got a loan that went into collections through his own, and he's got the student loan. Where did student loan go? So we're going to show you how to dispute all these items here. All right. So let's start with the bankruptcy. Now, what letter are we going to use for these. We've already used the identity dispute letter, so let's go back to the My Credit system here and create a dispute letter. Create a dispute letter. All right, so we're gonna go back here. So let me show you this. See these top 4 letters here? These are called 609 dispute letters. And the reason they call it 609 dispute letters is that it refers to the rights that you have in section 609 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So, and these are 4 letters that their purpose is to get the bureaus to verify the information what's on your credit report is yours actually, and if it's inaccurate or if they can't verify it, remove. The first letter is called the verification letter, and that's basically what it says in a bunch of legalese. So that's the first letter we're going to start with, and the turnaround time is 30 days. So you're going to send this letter certified mail. When they get it, the countdown starts from when they receive it. If you send it certified mail with return receipt, you'll have record of that. You'll be able to keep up with it. But if you dispute something electronically, you won't have that luxury, and you actually end up waiving some other rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. I won't get into this video. But let's start with the verification dispute. This is where you're going to start at, right? So now this section is going to have a section for names of accounts and the account numbers. And I think we're disputing 6 accounts. So fortunately for us, we've got 6 spots. So let's go see which accounts we're going to dispute. So start with the bankruptcies, that's first. And personal public records there. So we're going to do here. So we're just going to copy the name. Regional Federal Court. Can I copy? Can I do it? Let's try that. No, I don't want to save it. I just want to edit it. Can I edit it? Nah. Oh well. All right, let's see. Regional Federal Court, right? So we're going to come here. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this information here, Regional Federal Court, and the account number 9514. So remember that. Remember, let's go back to the create a dispute letter. What did I say? It was Regional Federal Court. And it was 9514. What was it? 2 X's, I think it was. 3 X's. All right, so what you do when you fill in this dispute letter out, you copy exactly what you see on the credit report when you do this dispute. So it was 3 stars, 9514. Now let's go to the next item. The next item was the paid medical collection. Is called American Hospital Collections. All right, so let's put that on here. What happened? That says American Hospital Collection. Yep. All right. And that account number is, let's see what the account number is. They don't have an account number. So, oh no, there it is, 1025-4688. So we put the account number here. 4688. What's the next one? Urgent Care Collections, the unpaid collection, the one that got filed under the bankruptcy. So that it's Urgent Care Collections is 1234XYZ9. All right, and let's see the next one. What's the next account? We've got All American Collections, the other one that was filed into bankruptcies. All American Collections, 3 zeros, 3 nines, 2 Z's. All right, so you just put exactly what you see on there. Now let's go to, what else do we have? I think it's just the student loan left. Let's dispute the student loan. Yep. Student loan account services. Student loan services, that's 5X is 6299. And like I said, this is easy. I mean, it's not complicated, I should say. What does it say? Student loan services. So in real life, you would put something like Navient or whatever your student loan provider is. And if it's in collections, you would put whatever is on your collections account. All right, and this one, oh yeah, 5X is 6299. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 -62. Not exactly how it shows on the report. Now, so let's finish off this verification letter. So we've got that. This is for Equifax. We got the spot. We're going to keep the check highlighted for notary. And the reason why we're going to use a notary is because the credit bureaus take your letters more seriously if you have it notarized. They realize when they see that the effort being put in there, they look at it as you filing a dispute and not a third party company. And the reason why you want that is because they tend to ignore third party companies sending credit disputes. But if they know you are sending it, they take it seriously. So, and of course, a notary, when you send these letters, whether it's the identity dispute letter or the dispute letters, you're going to send them along with 2 forms of ID, a license and a passport, license and a bill, whatever the case may be. You're going to send 2 forms of ID to prove it is you filing the dispute and not somebody else. So let's download the letter, see what it looks like. So here we go. Jon Doe, 123 Oak Street, Anytown. Anytown, he got all social. He's got Equifax on there. So you want to make concern. Section 611 of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Blah, blah, blah. I demand to see verifiable proof. This should be hard evidence that goes all the way back to the original creditor, not a verification from a third-party database. These bureaus will try to be slick with it. Got your account numbers, names. Provide verification for these unverified accounts. And if it can't verify them within 30 days of receiving this letter, remove. And obviously, if it's inaccurate, remove, and out of date, remove. And there's a spot for your notary. So you will print this off, sign it in front of the notary, put it in an envelope, send it certified mail with return receipt, and you just wait the time frame. If they respond within the 30 days and verify it, you'll go to the next letter I'll show you. If they don't verify it within 30 days, it gets removed. And if they fail to respond, there's another letter, a 30-day no response letter I will show you. So let's look at these other letters here. So what we did was do the verification letter, do the method of verification. Now, if it gets verified, and a lot of times they'll just send you a copy of your credit report, right? They won't give you no hard evidence. So you could slide to the method of verification. And that response time is 15 days upon receipt. Then you have the violation of FCR rights letter and intent to litigate. The training breaks down what these letters specifically do and what they mean. But basically, if they fail, as time goes on, if they don't verify, give you hard evidence that an item is yours, then you can take them to court and sue them. The credit bureaus mean. So that's what these letters do. Now there's a 30-day no response letter, as you see here. That's the letter you will use if they don't respond to your verification letter within a timely manner. Here's the letter, what the letter looks like. So that's the letter you would send if they don't respond within 30 days. And you're just letting them know that they violate your rights and they got to tighten up. But that's what Jon Doe is going to do. He's going to send these letters and dispute those negative items, even the student loans that's on his account. And we've seen people have student loan accounts removed, whether they're paid or unpaid. So how much is it to get started with a system like this? How much is it to get started with the My Credit system? Well, there's two ways you can get started with the My Credit system. One is as an affiliate, and to get started as an affiliate, it's only $40 to get started and $39.95 a month. I'll put the link in the description. You might even catch a promo if you act today. But I'll put the link in the description of this video. But you can get started as an affiliate. And the beautiful thing about the affiliate membership is not only can you fix your credit using this system, you can make extra money sharing this with other people who need to fix their credit as well. This affiliate membership pays up to $40 up front commissions and up to $13 monthly residuals for as long as your members have an active membership. And then they pay extra bonuses on top of that. Now, the second way to get started with the My Credit system is just basically as a student. You can get access to just this system to help you fix your credit. You get access to it for a year, and that's only $99. So if this looks interesting, let me know in the comments. If you have questions, let me know in the comments. In the description, I've got my contact information if you have any questions or like to set up a consultation. But as you see here, Jon Doe did not let this situation stop him. He didn't let it hold him down. He overcame the situation this year, and he was able to get many negative items removed off his credit report, his bankruptcy, his medical collections, and he was on his way to rebuilding his credit. You can do the same with the My Credit system. So share this with somebody you may know that has bad credit or you think might need this. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you're on YouTube, same thing with Facebook or IG. Now, Facebook, IG, I'll have the link in my bio. So come holler at me. Peace. Appreciate you watching. And I will holler at you later. Peace.